Nacho Bear, he's not your bear. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, knee slapping good time. Such a witty pun alone is deserving of a Nobel Peace Prize, alone in the hearts it's touched of the North American youth. But so furthermore does the content. If you've watched Cartoon Network between the late 2000s and early 2010s, chances are you've encountered one of their wedgies. And no, I don't mean when the middle school bully pulled your underpants over your head in the gym class locker room in a show of delinquent Darwinism. Anyway, they were shorts broadcasted intermediately between programming as a brain teaser of sorts during the commercials of the post stock market crash recession to stimulate the child mind into adhering neoliberal consumers' propaganda in the regularly scheduled CN programming. That frankly, you shouldn't be letting your children watch unsupervised. A bear and a green raccoon, seemingly working with, oftentimes against each other, to acquire a single nacho chip. Seems simple enough, but it was a smash hit. So much, in fact, that Warner wanted to pitch it as its own fully fledged Tom and Jerry themed spinoff series, featuring the much beloved characters backed by real funding and proper animation. However, the plans for the new series fell flat after the scripts leaked of a rather mature undertone not suitable for children. And after the supervising manager over at Cartoon Network Studios was caught having sex with the president's wife over at Warner, he was pissed. So was the network. So much so that they ended up scrapping the project, laying off employees, and subsequently tossing the test pressings in the garbage. It was seemingly gone from existence. Until me. It was my time to shine. I don't mean shine, that's Japanese for die. As a dumpster diving narcissistic prick, I dug through every garbage can near the offices of Atlanta, Georgia. Not too far of an Uber away from Athens, mind you. I camouflaged myself in the best Goodwill nylon jackets I could thrift and delve in head first for a steady 3 months, 4 hours a day, until I found a test pressing for the lo and behold, Nacho Bear. This might seem frankly neurodivergent, but in case you haven't heard, I am. But boy, was I jumped off of the garbage pail lid in joy. I ran back home, aka a motel I was renting for $20 and a 9G flying horse to the proprietor. I bunked in the prison bed frame and druggy mattress for the 30-year-old VHS player that was in there for some reason. Dusted off the cobwebs and popped in the tape. I sat all crisscross applesauce and anticipated the content of my childhood favorite program. But was it something that I wasn't, frankly, expecting? Yes. Bear was seen slowly smearing KY jelly all over his face as the green raccoon had a condom inserted into its anus. God only knows where these two little fuckers were up to. Before the prized nacho began flying above their encampment, the two immediately noticed and jolted to acquire the prized possession. But something different happened this time around. Instead of the nacho chip being carried in the wind or by other means away from the two, taking them on a mischievous adventure to unsuccessfully retrieve it, the nacho chip fell perfectly right beneath their feet. There was only one chip, meaning only one of them could have it. Both immediately realized and animalistic urges kicked in as the two got into a scuffle. Weirdly enough, the raccoon put up a good enough fight, but was ultimately no match for the giant beast, who definitely had a developed interest in sexual deviancy. He grabbed the single chip and then proceeded to grab the raccoon's genitals. He's tugging at me! He's tugging at me! The raccoon began screaming amidst of what appeared to be clear violation. The bear proceeded to grab a fucking rock and bash its head open over a piece of bark on the wooded floor. He then held the raccoon carcass in a peculiar position up in the air and began talking directly to the camera. See, Brain, this how I fucked your wife. I fucked her real good. At this point, This episode had nothing to do with anything other than a vendetta over an affair with a poor man's wife. I shut the tape off in secondhand embarrassment. Could only partly feel the pain of the man this is clearly making fun of. Cruel, cruel world. Afterwards, nothing really bad happened other than having recurring nightmares of a massive bear having sex with my girlfriend. Every possession you could think, every possession. The damn thing was screwing her in. This was really fucking with my head, so I did the only thing logical. Broke up with a dumb bitch. Turns out my seemingly irrational dreams were true. She was indeed caught by the local national park ranger authorities having sex with a large male growler bear, a hybrid of a polar bear and a grizzly bear, in captivity, nevertheless. I guess that does explain her special interest in taxidermized animals with anatomically large penises.